Hey guys, welcome to another video, and today we are going to be doing a 2024 prediction video. So the Free Falcon Politics, he's told me, he asked me to do this, so here we are, and we're going to do it. I'm surprised I have not done this one because I feel like I guess I didn't do this one because it was too quote unquote generic, Donald Trump versus Joe Biden. So I just didn't really do it, but I'm going to do it now. And let's get into safe states. So, safe states for Biden: Washington, Oregon, and California, Colorado, New Mexico, Illinois, Virginia. I'm going to make that likely. I would say 9 points for Biden, though. So, Maryland, Delaware, New Jersey, all these states. The second district. And then that means we do safe states for Trump. Obviously, all of these. But let's just make it like that. So let's start with Nevada. So obviously, Joe Biden is not going to do well. He is unpopular. He's just the economy, other stuff. Biden just won't do well. He's a weak candidate. One that has one of the lowest approval ratings ever. And Donald Trump, you know, and no one Democrats don't like him, but I feel like a lot of people. Well, I live in Minnesota, so that's what it feels like for me because it is a pretty Democratic state. But it feels like everybody hates Donald Trump in over here. That's what it feels like. But and then there's like that swing of independent voters that doesn't really know anything. So, the Arizona, I'm gonna give to lean to Trump because Nevada, it's a swing state, but ideology-wise, I feel like ideology-wise, I think it is a conservative. It leans conservative. I think that you know, like a lot, mostly in the upper parts of Nevada. The lower parts are more traditional Democratic with Las Vegas and stuff over down here. But the more you get up, the more Republican it gets. And I do think Donald Trump would do well in Nevada, and yeah, I see him doing well. Also, Arizona, I would say also lean margin. I think you do well with independent voters here and some just Republicans here. I don't know if he would win the John McCain Republicans just yet, but I do think he would win Arizona and Nevada. Minnesota, I'm going to have to give it Joe Biden by a lean margin. I do think he is. I a lot part about sometimes some states going to Biden is not just because Trump would be popular or independents would favor him more than Biden. It's not because a lot of people wouldn't vote, I think, and a lot of Democrats wouldn't vote. That's the thing. I don't think as many Democrats would vote for Biden as it has of many Republicans would vote for Donald Trump. And Biden, just like, Biden's not popular with the left wing. He's really not, except for some establishment Democrats, Biden is really not popular with any Democrats. So that's why I think I have to give Minnesota to lean for Joe Biden. Wisconsin, I'm just going to give it to likely to Trump because Wisconsin, it is becoming. I've been in Wisconsin, it is a very Trumpy state. You go to Wisconsin, it is really Trumpish. And I think that sorry. I just think that I don't really see it going to any Democrat anytime soon. Now, I'm gonna have to speed stuff up a little bit. Donald Trump would win this. I'm gonna give safe. Lean in Michigan. Donald Trump would win the suburbs. I think he would do pretty well here, just because of the suburbs. I'm saying 2-3 point margin maybe. Two. I would say two. I think how the margin that Biden won it in basically flipped the numbers and everything because I think a lot of voters. Oh, and I'm just gonna say this for the whole Rust Belt. I think a lot of voters that voted for Joe Biden over Donald Trump in 2020, a lot of independent voters, a lot of moms in the suburbs and etc. like that. I think they would switch to Donald Trump in 2024, which would give Donald Trump the win in the whole Rust Belt. North Carolina, likely, and when I say actually no, lean. Also Georgia, I would say also lean. The minority vote. So I wouldn't say black voters are really going to the Republican Party. I do think there's some older black voters that are going to Republican Party in small margins, but I think mostly black voters are just not voting. They won't vote for Biden because they don't feel like anything's changing. They don't have any reason to vote. I feel like, and I just don't think they would vote really, and that's why I think Donald Trump would win in the South. I just don't really see black voters. They don't care. Donald Trump would also win. Obviously, black voters just black voters make Democrats win in the South. That's the only reason that they win. Obviously, white voters are very, very present in Georgia and North Carolina, which makes it harder for the Democrats to win. And I just think Donald Trump would do well in North Carolina. I feel like the same margin he won in 2020, he would win by. In Georgia, I think he would do better. I see him doing really well in rural counties. In Georgia, that would go all out for him, and Biden would not get a lot of people to go out for him. That's basically the whole election thing. Not a lot of voters would go out to him. Florida, I'm just gonna give Florida safe, to be honest. Usually, I sometimes I don't do this in all my videos, mostly because I forget. I usually put Florida in likely. I usually am going to start. I usually give it to 9 or 8, 7 points. But it's always likely. I always try to remember to put it likely, but sometimes I make it safe. But I do think Donald Trump would win. That's obviously. I think Donald Trump. He really changed He really changed it from being a swing state into not, and he changed that drastically. In the last state, not North New Hampshire, New Hampshire. I think I'll give that to Donald Trump by margin. Hillary Clinton barely won the state. Joe Biden, I think, won it by a pretty good margin 2020. But I just feel like some progressive voters in New Hampshire wouldn't vote for Biden, and that Donald Trump would win a lot of those rural. I think there's a pretty good Christian voter thing, evangelicals in New Hampshire, I guess. And I just see Donald Trump winning a lot of independents in New Hampshire too. So my prediction is that it will be 317 electoral votes for Donald Trump and 221 for Joe Biden. I think Joe Biden would be hurt by rising inflation. The Democrats, they're not popular right now. Joe Biden has a low approval rating, and Joe Biden would not get Democrats and people that support the Democrats in general to really vote. They wouldn't say Joe Biden wouldn't make them vote. They obviously wouldn't vote for Trump, obviously. They might vote for an independent person, but in general, I just don't think that they would just vote at all. I think they just sit on the couch. And that goes with a lot of groups. And I don't think a lot of people, they don't like Trump either, but those independent voters would just vote for him. But this is my prediction. Sorry, this is not most detailed. This was more shorter than other videos, I would say. But thank you guys for watching. Tell me what scenario or prediction you guys want me to do in the next next video. And I will do it. Just tell me in the comments. Subscribe if you haven't, and thanks for watching.